Hi friends, hello, very good morning, and I don't know how to greet. That's a different thing. But we are going to continue our problem solving related to our speaking skill. Like why we don't know how do we speak or why I don't know what I speak, so I'm just trying to figuring it out. That let's continue where we left off. Yesterday we discussed that what does it mean by if we know the concept or not. And so there are some of the things if we can predict, then yeah, we know. If we know the errors, then we will say yes, we know the concept. And if we are able to apply the same concept over other places as well as, and if we can make us understand what this concept means, then in this case we can consider that we do know about that particular concept or thing. But there are some other things as well, which is related to our understanding. So let me ask, what was that one particular understanding we were talking about? So let me go back here and search for what was the last we had related to our understanding, or you were explaining me it in simple way. Please give me it again. So I asked again, and let's see. So what was it? Of course, Rehan, I'll give you the exact core explanation again in simple language without adding anything new. This is part of you should remember. The last and most important understanding, knowing something and explaining something are not the same. Same that we discussed earlier. Now, let's say if I know something, then it doesn't mean that I should be able to explain that particular concept, object, or whatever it is. You can know something very well and still be unable to explain it clearly. Now, this does not mean you don't understand it. What we were thinking earlier. You understand most things by doing, not by talking. That's the thing. Your learning happens through using things, building things, experiencing things, fixing things. So your understanding lives inside you as feelings, patterns, intuitions, not as ready-made sentences. Now, when you are asked to explain, your mind goes blank because your brain suddenly has to choose where to start, decide what angle to use, convert understanding into words, put those words in order. This is a translation problem, not a thinking problem. Too many choices at once, silence. So that was the only problem though. So let's say if we know something and someone asks us, can you please just explain whatever you understand, then we won't be able to make that particular concept and just make them make not make them explain them. And that is because of our brain suddenly like choose where to start, decide what angle to use, convert understanding into words, put those words in order. So we don't know about it. That is why we most of the time not able to explain the concept that we learned. That is translation problem, not thinking problem, which it is saying too many choices at once, silence. Different things should be tested in different ways. Before asking I do know these, first ask what kind of thing is this. So the first question we should have. Hey everybody, hi. Here I do live every day regarding my problems related to a person, not a person actually. Whatever I'm going to learn, that I'm going to learn, I'm going to do it on live streaming. So that is what I've been doing for a past few days, I guess 3 to 4 days. Earlier I've been reading books. I just wanted to make myself comfortable so that I can make myself better than yesterday. That is what I was trying to do. But let's see how it goes. Earlier I did readings on live streaming, but I felt that it's not of, like, I felt it might be, it is kind of useful, but I feel that it was not useful, so I started doing something. But in between I was not doing anything, and just because of that, I was not continue. But I'll try to continue on this live streaming every day. So let's see how it works. So first of all, thank you very much being on live streaming on me, on my live streaming. And I'm completely new here, like you, who knows the things but who are not able to explain, who are very anxious about the things, like just like you, and just trying to solve the problem all the way. Like whenever I see most of the people who are doing live streaming and they are very fluent, they are doing most of the things that people like, but I don't have anything that I can do and people will like. I think I'm just kind of very like you, I guess. Means I don't know most of the things. I don't know how to do correctly. I don't know, like, most of the things. See how I am repeating the things again and again, and you are seeing. So that is what the problem is. And I'm just trying to solve this problem so that I can make myself better, as well as by seeing me, you can also be better if you are like me. And if you are not like me, you can, like, I don't know what to say about this, but yeah, it's very great to being on live streaming, trying to solve yourself, trying to understand yourself, trying to be better, make better yourself. That's what I'm doing, or I've been doing. And let's see how it goes. If you are new here, just please chat so that I can see, or just do a hi, or I can see where are you from and the other things. But besides that, the basic purpose or the basic motive of mine here is to make myself comfortable as well as you guys by seeing me. Like, I do believe in one thing. Let's say if we see someone who is doing the things and those persons don't know the things even that they are doing, they are trying to do most of the things, then we get motivated by them. We feel like, oh, if that person is like, if that person don't know most of the things, even though they are doing, so why can't I do? So that is what I want to do and I'm doing. So let's see how it works and how it goes. So besides that, this was the concept of my YouTube, and that is why I gave the name Renova, as well as the what do we call it, handle, build with Rehan. So let's build something great, and let's make world better place to live, I guess. Let's see how it goes. And thank you very much if you are watching this live streaming. So where I was stuck, not stuck actually, where I was reading things. So I was trying to find out what does it mean by if we understand something. So sometimes what happens, we learn the things. And how do we learn the things? Like, let's say someone is teaching me a particular concept, and I learned that. I do believe that I really know whatever the person has taught me. I do believe in it. But if the same person is going to ask me that, if you really know, please explain me, then I'll be blank. I won't be able to explain what he taught me, because we don't know how to translate that in a structured verbalized format. We learn in a feeling, in understanding, in a pattern, in intuitions, and just because of which we are not able to convey whatever we have learned. So that is the problem. So don't consider yourself that if you are not able to explain something in the sense whatever you have learned, and if you are not able to explain that, it doesn't mean you didn't understand whatever you have learned. You really understand it. The thing is that you are not able to explain that because you don't know how to explain it. That is what you have to learn. Like you are learning concept for a particular subject or whatever you are learning, for that you are learning. The same way we have to learn how to explain the things. So that was the problem. So let's fix it now by doing live streaming. I'm gonna choose this because I like to talk now. Literally, I'm liking it very much because I don't know, but it's very interesting and I'm feeling very good. At the same time, nervous about thinking to drift. Hi, hello. Uh, Actually, what happens? Sometime when you see people who you know, at the time you feel uncomfortable. I don't know why, because they do know you, and because of which sometimes you are not able to convey the things, or you just got confused about the things, and you just say random things. That's not good, I guess. But I'll try to do it anyhow because I really want to continue this. And earlier I was seeing that 32 views, 14 concurrents, viewers. Again, he's saying hi, hi. But anyhow, my live stream is not that much. What do we call a reflective? Not a reflective. I can say mm, immediate, or I'm not able to make things very fast. No. I got confused what I'm saying. I didn't understand, and I can see that there are no people seeing me, and it's okay. I'm fine with this. But what we were trying to do here is that, let's say, it doesn't mean. I'll write it down. Let me change the color. If you learned the concept and oh man, what is happening here? Not able to convey that. Very welcome. Hi, welcome to my YouTube live streaming. And not able to convey that or explain learned concept. That doesn't you didn't understand the concept. So this is the thing. So, like, if we learn something and we are not able to explain that, that doesn't mean we didn't understand the concept. The problem the problem is you don't know how to explain, how to explain. That is what we are going to learn. So how do we learn things? Let me write it down so that we can understand it very well. mm, how do we Learn things. How do you learn it? Let me write it down. Feelings, patterns, understanding, and intuition. And one more thing, like earlier when I see there were 14 people who were watching simultaneously, and because of which I got literally confused, or I was not able to convey myself or explain myself in a good way as I do when there is no people around me, or when there is no people who is watching me. At the time I feel good and I just explain or I just talk very much easily, but sometimes when people see me at the time I just got confused, and it made make me feel like, oh man, what should I say? But anyway, I'm gonna make it very easy for me whenever the people are watching me. Even like there could be lots of people who are watching, even though I'm gonna make myself very comfortable while talking to them and make this live streaming very good. I will try to make it because I'm also the person who is learning with you, so I don't have any hesitation. But it's my flight and flee mode who gets activated when I see threat in the sense, like let's say people are watching me, what people are gonna think about me, how I am behaving. There are lots of things that my mind is thinking at the moment, that oh man, people are watching me, and let's say if I have some kind of things that people don't like, they are gonna judge me, they are gonna not listen me, or they are gonna like my not a visibility, personality, not a personality, a profile, I don't know what do I call it, but I'm not getting a word. But I'm just afraid of the things that it will not make things good. That is why I just get afraid, and my brain is getting activated in flight and flee mode. It just make things worst. It happens, but I'll try it again and again, again and again, until and unless I will not be able to make it correctly. Correctly in the sense, like I'll be like damn good at speaking. Damn, not damn good, because there is always something to learn, or there is always that you are still going to learn about the things. So that I'm gonna do, and let's see how it goes. Again, I'm getting distracted whenever I see the viewers, but very welcome to my live streaming. I'll get to use it and it will make it very smooth, so that whoever is watching, they will understand what is going on. But it's okay for now. And whoever is watching, please do chat so that I can understand, or I can understand the audience who is watching me, and we can do live streaming as per, or make this live stream very useful for both of us, you and me, and let's see how it learns. So basically, I'm learning here to how to speak, because as you can see, I don't know how to speak very well. Like even if we know the concepts and things, we are not able to speak it out or explain it very clearly, because we learn the things in feelings, patterns, understanding, intuitions. That is what is the reason. Most of the time, we are not able to explain the things. So, very welcome to my YouTube live streaming, and thank you very much. Even if you are watching for 1 minute, I'm very grateful for it. So, our learning here, so your understanding is inside you as feelings, patterns, not as ready-made sentences. When you are asked to explain, your mind goes blank because your brain suddenly has to choose where to start, decide what angle to use, convert understanding into words, put those words in order. That is a translation problem, not a thinking problem. Too many choices at once. Silence. Different things should be tested in a different ways. Before asking, do I know these? First ask, what kind of things is this? Okay. There are three types. Object, like a laptop, you know them if you can use them, predict what will happen, notice when something is wrong, choose between options. You do not need a definition to know an object. Skill, you know when you know them if you can do them, adjust when things change, recover from mistakes. Explanation is optional. Concepts, ideas, these are the only things where explanation tests understanding. Why the laptop example confused you? You asked what does laptop mean, but your brain stores this is a tool I use. No, so it went blank, not because you don't know it, but because the question didn't match how you know it. No, that is what the reason I was not able to explain what does it mean by laptop, because my brain take it as a tool. It is not a concept or something that I can explain. That is why I was not able to explain what does it mean by the laptop. Earlier yesterday I asked that what does it mean by laptop, and I was very blank, that I was not able to give answer. But we get to know that our brain gets this laptop as a tool that we use, and based on that we will be able to make what does it mean by laptop. It's not a particular core concept. We would be knowing that it's functioning and all those things. It's a different thing. Oh, I understood now. Actually, when I'm trying to do live streaming at the time, I'm like my desk is getting it's not fixed. Fixed in the sense. Anyway, I'm not able to make it. So that was the reason why the laptop example confused you. Asked what does the laptop mean, but your brain stores these rules, so it went blank. Okay, the most important rule to remember: if you can use it, predict it, adapt it, and fix it, you can understand it. You can explain it clearly. You have learned how to package it. Understanding comes first. If you can explain it clearly, you have learned how to package it. That is what we were talking about. If we are able to explain it, then we don't know about how to explain it. That's a different skill. Learning is a different skill, and explaining is a different skill. So don't confuse yourself in this, because most of the time we think that, let's say, if we learn something, then we should be able to explain it. But it's not like that. We should first learn how to explain particular things, then only we would be able to explain whatever we have learned. Okay, your real issue, you don't lack understanding, you lack a default structure before speaking. That is what we are lacking. Now, once you choose a frame, words come. Once sentence to remember, I remember, I understand by doing, I explain by framing. Now that's the heart of everything we discussed. If you want, next time we can build one simple frame you can use every time you speak, or turn this into a repeatable practice for your lives. Let's see what we learn. But first of all, uh, let me ask ChatGPT to make it more clear so that I really understand it. And so it said us earlier that first of all, we should be able to understand what we are asking. Like if I'm asking, doing a laptop, so we should be able to recognize if it is a concept, if it is a skill, if it is a object. Based on that, we would be able to give answer. That is what it is trying us to understand, explain. So I'll ask one more question to make it very easy for us, easy for me to make this understand. Let's see how it goes. I completely understand what you're saying, but I want to understand it by like reading examples. I need most of the examples, as you made me understand that whenever we are going to ask question, if we do know about something, we should be able to understand what kind of thing is this, like if it is concept, skill, or object. So just to understand these, I want to understand the examples so that it should be very clear to me, and I won't be able to get confused again for this particular question, or ask the question. Can you please make it very clear? So what I'm trying to hear, still I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to make my thinking in a streamline in the sense I'm just trying to make my thinking very smooth, so that whenever the next concept arise or next thing arise, I should be able to ask correct question, and by asking those question, I'll be like, yes, I'm going in a good, not a good, a correct direction. That is what I'm trying to do here. The one rule you must remember, again, very welcome to my live streaming, and I'm not gonna say anything. I'll just continue the things that I'm doing. But besides that, you can comment, you can chat, and let's see how it goes. But I'll completely focus now on the concept that we are learning. So the one rule you must remember before asking, do I really know this? Always ask, what kind of things is this? Do I really know these? So let's say if we are asking something, uh, let me ask one more question to myself. And you can also ask, if you are here, you can ask, like, let's say, in order to know about something, if we do really know about it, then we should be able to ask the question. So what kind of questions we are going to ask, that I'm trying to figuring out here. So first question, do I really know this? So if we are going to ask ourselves, do I really know this pencil? Do I really know the phone? Do I really know the laptop? Do I really know the audience? So before knowing this, we should know what kind of thing is this. What kind of thing is this, in the sense, what kind of laptop is this? Is it a concept? Is it a thing, object? Is it a skill? And based on that, we will be able to give answer. So these are the three things we are seeing here, and we will validate it again using some other Google books and all those things, and let's see how we goes. But first of all, let's focus on these only, because whatever we are going to learn, it will be used. So let's just use. So before asking, do I really know this, we are going to ask what kind of things, or what kind of, whatever we are asking is this. So if it is object, skill, concept, what is this? So if we will get to know it, then we will be able to make it explain or make this understandable for ourselves. Please adjust, because my sometimes I speak very randomly in the sense which makes sense, but the words are scattered, I can say. See how I am learning to make sentences or make the things correct. It matters a lot actually. When we try to do something, eventually we will be able to do that. So I'm gonna ask again, not ask actually, I'm gonna write it down. If you are new here, very welcome. Actually, you are new here because I'm seeing myself doing this for a few days, so it's an obvious thing. This is my new channel, and let's see how it goes. I'm doing it because I want to learn things. That is what my basic, not a basic actually, my understanding, not an understanding, my basic thing, not a basic thing, my motive actually. Haha. There are lots of things that we don't know. So before asking, do we really know these? We should ask. We should ask what kind of is this? What kind of this is? What kind of is this? So let's write concept, object, or skill. If you are still watching, please do chat and let's see how it works. Or we can discuss the things because I do believe in one thing. I have some of the thoughts. You'll also have those thoughts or thinking. And by combining this thinking, it will be like 1 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. Is it will work the same way because I can think differently, you can think differently, and there could be something that can matters a lot for us by combining those thinking. So please do chat so that I can understand, I can think about that, you can also think about it, and we will be like boom. Boom in the sense we will find something that can help us to grow very fast. That's the thing, like you can make me incorrect in the sense you can correct me if I'm wrong, like you can do most of the things. That is what I like my basic motive is that whoever is watching me, they should comment, not comment actually, chat, and let's see how it works. And I guess it's lagging somewhere, like when I say something it is coming on YouTube by 1 to 2 seconds late, something like that. But it's okay. Let's try to solve this. Our problem actually. I can see that concurrent viewers is one. Whoever is watching, thank you very much. And I like to do live streaming now. And I'm seeing something. One like. Oh, okay. And I'm doing live streaming. Please do chat. So I sometimes I forget that I am learning and I just got confused and say the things to YouTube, not to YouTube, to you. hmm The one rule you must remember before asking, do I really know those? So before asking this kind of question, so let's say if we are learning something and we want to know what this kind of is this, then we should be able to know first that what kind of thing is this, if it is object, skill, or concept. Now let's understand each only with example. So types of objects, you know them by using. So let's say if we are asking ourselves that what kind of thing is this, so if it is object, so how it would be, so it will be like you know them by using. Basically we use objects. So let's say if you are using something, we can also use a concept and skills, but that's a different thing. Object in the sense like we are not implementing it or doing something, we are just using it like object. So earlier we asked that what does laptop mean? So that was the object and we are asking what does laptop mean. So this causes blank. Correct test. Can I use it to work? Yes. What happen if battery lows? How do I know something is wrong? Slow reading noise. When would I choose laptop versus desktop? If you can answer this, you know laptop. Explanation is optional. Example 2. Mobile phone. You probably can't give a perfect definition. But you know when network is bad, you know when storage is full, you know when battery health is poor. Yes, you know it because you interact with it. That's what object is. Example 3, chair. Can you explain what a chair is formally? Maybe not, but you know how to see it. You know when it's uncomfortable, you know when it's broken, you know chair. Type 2, skills. You know them by doing. Example, driving. Wrong test. Can I explain driving step by step? Many good drivers can't. Correct test. Can you drive in traffic? Yes, I can. Can you adjust in rain? Yes. Can you recover from mistakes? Yes. Example 5, no, coding. You may struggle to explain recursion clearly, but you can write working code, you can debug, you can adapt logic. You know coding. Explanation is a separate skill. That is what I was trying to make you explain, that explanation is a separate skill. It's not a combined skill. If we are learning something, example speaking, yes, speaking itself, you can speak in chats, speak to friends, express emotions. So speaking as a skill exists. Your issue is structuring ideas, not speaking itself. Yes, that's the correct thing we got now. Concepts, you know them by explaining. Now this is where explanation matters. Example, internal clarity versus external explanation. Now this is a concept, you know it if you can answer. Now what problem does it describe? Now why does it happen? Where does it show up? Now here explanation tests understanding. Example it, learning by doing. This is not an object or a skill. It's a concept. You know it if you can explain why it works. You can compare it to learning by reading. You can apply it to coding career life. Example 9, confidence. Confidence is not an object or a skill. It's a concept. If you can explain what affects it, explain why it changes. I can show you what I'm reading. I'm reading here. So we were at example 9. So confidence is not an object or skill, it's a concept. If you can explain what affects it, explain why it changes, explain where it comes from, you understand it. The most important example, your confusion solved. While laptop confused you but confidence didn't. Laptop object, confidence concept. You tested laptop with concept question. What does it mean? What's your mind froze? That's why your mind froze. You should have tested it with how do I use it, what happens if, one table. Save these mentally. Things laptop, phone, driving, coding, speaking, learning by doing, learning by doing, confidence, concept. The golden sentence. Final sanity check. So you never get confused again. If your mind goes blank, ask, am I asking the wrong type of question for this thing? 90% of your confusion ends here, there. Yes, exactly. If you want next, we can practice 10 mixed example together. Apply this to your career story. Create one page mental cheat sheet. So now we understand how we can ask the question. Like earlier, the thing is that we were trying to find out what is our problem. And so we asked that I don't know how to speak, but we said that even if we know the concept, we are not able to explain. Then we understand what do we like. What does it mean by if we really know the things, or we really know the concept. So we understand that if we know something, we will be able to predict it, we will be able to apply it in another uh, situation, we will be able to explain it in raw. And there was one, explain it, explain it, and we will be able to get to know its errors in the sense, what could happen if it doesn't work or something like that. And we'll be able to apply in new situation. And there was one first thing that I don't remember exactly, but this is what we discussed. And now we are like, we know very well that if we know something, that means we know. It doesn't mean if we are not able to explain it, that doesn't mean we don't know anything. So let's try to figure now how we can explain whatever we learn. That is why we have to do now. So now I understand that to ask correct question, if we really know about something, then we should be able to know first what kind of is this thing. Is concept, skill, or object. Based on that, we can ask. the question if we really know it or not. And based on that, we will be able to give the answer. So that's the understanding for getting the things, like if we really know it or not. So once we know the thing, like let's say if we know the laptop, or let's say if we know the driving, or this is concept and object, and skill for skill, not the confidence. Okay, if we know the confidence, then how we would be able to explain it? Can you please make me understand these? Let's see how it, what answer it gives us, and based on that we are going to go ahead. So here, yes, you have. I just asked it and refresh. We don't have the refresh option here. I was just thinking that if we do have refresh option, but anyway, I'm gonna ask. Yes, so whatever I asked, we have it here. So I asked that if we know something and how we are going to explain it. So here it is saying that you have got the first half perfectly right. Okay, so we are considering here that we know laptop, we know confidence, we know driving. Now the thing is that how we are going to explain it. That is what we were trying to make it clear. So if something is concept like confidence, how do I know I understand it, and how do I explain it? Now we will do this step by step. What makes something a concept? A concept is not something you can touch, directly do, use like a tool. Instead, a concept explains why things happen, connects multiple experiences, exist as an idea or pattern. Example of concepts: confidence, learning, discipline, communication, internal clarity versus external expression. So sometimes what happens, I'm reading it first time and there are lots of things that is going like blank in my mind. I'm like struggling to understand it, but let's see if we would be able to make it correct and we would be able to explain the things in within 2 months. Let's just practice this. I'm gonna read books. I'm gonna read most of the things related to explaining the things, and we'll try to do most of the things like this. And let's see how it goes. Now, what makes something concept? A concept is not something you can touch, directly do, use like a tool. Instead, a concept explains why things happen, connects multiple experiences, exists as an idea or pattern. Example of concepts: confidence, learning, discipline, communication, internal clarity versus external expression. How do you know you understand a concept? You do not start with what does it mean. You test a concept with four specific abilities. Let's use confidence as the example. Example concept: confidence. Test first. Can you describe the problem it explains? Please do chat so that I can understand if someone is watching or not. I should write it somewhere so that people can understand it, and I am gonna solve one another problem for my YouTube live streaming because it's not very concurrent. Concurrent in the sense, whatever I am saying here, that should be visible to you immediately. It shouldn't lag for 1 minute, 2 minute, or no, it is not that much, but it's I guess 30 second or 15 second lagging. And I'm gonna solve this problem. That's a different thing, but anyway, we are going to continue here. Let me check what is the timing here. It's I'm gonna end the live streaming within 15 minutes, but before that, let's read this. After reading it, we are going to do something next. You do not start with what does it mean. You test a concept with four specific abilities. Let's use confidence as an example. As the example concept. Confidence test first. Can you describe the problem it explain? Ask why do people sometimes perform well alone but freeze in public? If you can say because confidence change with context, feedback, and perceived judgment, you understand the concept. So first of all, here, let's say if we are going to explain the concept of confidence, then we should be able to explain it like because confidence changes with context, big feedback, and perceived judgment. So this is the answer, but we are asking why do people sometimes perform well alone but freeze in public? So it is related to confidence. It happens when we are alone, then we will be able to perform very much confidently. But when people are there around you, at the time you sometimes freeze, you are not able to make it explain, or you are not just confident. That is what happens most of the time. So it's related to confidence, and if we know about this, then we do know about concept. Can you explain what affects it, what increases and decreases confidence? Okay, then if you can say preparation, past success, failures, environment, familiarity, understanding exist. Success, failure, environment, familiarity. So when our confidence goes high, when our confidence goes low, so it depends on our preparation, past success, failure, environment, and familiarity. It make it just make it very powerful, not powerful. Yeah. This is how confidence works actually. There are lots of things that I'm still learning, so let's learn together. What what happens to confidence if someone keeps failing publicly? You can predict confidence drops, avoidance increases. That's real understanding. Can you apply it in multiple situations? Ask. Does confidence behave the same in sports, speaking, work? If you can explain similarities and differences, you know it. Step 3. Know how to explain a concept in simple method. Now come the part you asked for. To explain a concept, never start with a definition. Use now 4 steps explanation pattern. The concept explanation pattern. Start with a relatable situation. So the listener enters the same context. Example, have you noticed how someone can be very confident alone but freeze in front of people? Uh, Name the concept. Now attach the word. That's what we usually call confidence. Explain how it works, not what it is. Now focus on cause and effect. Confidence isn't fixed. It depends on familiarity, feedback, and environment. Give a concrete example. Bring it back to reality. That's why someone can code confidently alone but struggle to explain it in meetings. That's it. No definition needed. Another full example. So it locks in concept learning by doing explanation situation. Some people read a lot but still struggle to apply things. That's because learning happens differently for different people. How it works, learning by doing builds understanding through action and feedback. Example, that's why someone can struggle explaining theory but be very effective in real work. Step 5. Why this works for your brain? Because you think in situation, you understand through experience. Definition feel empty to you. So explanation must start from experience, not abstraction. I can still see someone is watching me. I don't know who is it, but you can just do chat and we can discuss the things, whatever you are listening or you are not understanding or whatever it is or what. So I just want to make it very useful for us. That is why I am learning here. Like there are lots of people who understand more than me, as well as it's not like that. If someone understand more than me, it's only about thinking. You can get very new thought in your brain and it can just change everything. So in that I believe. So that is why just do chat. Let's see if you can get most of our live streaming. Why this works for your brain? Because you think in situation, you understand through experience, definition feel empty to you. That is the reason. The single sentence you should remember. Concepts are explained by situation, not definition. Say it again. Final clarity. Read slowly. Object test by use. Skill test by action. Concept test by explanation. Concepts are explained by how they work. Example, not meanings. If you follow these, you won't get confused. If you want, next we can practice explaining confidence, learning, communication together. Apply this to your own career story. Build 1 minute concept explanation template for live speaking. Just tell me what you want to do next. So it is asking us what do we need for next. I'm gonna ask. Before that, I'm just seeing my subscribers because I'm very much curious about it. Like I just want to know, like if I'm whatever I'm doing, and for that, if whoever likes it, those people are coming or not. If they are coming, then definitely they are gonna subscribe because they want to be in touch with me, and we are going to find the correct solutions. That is what I want to do. That is why I'm checking my subscribers again. And I don't know if this not a subscriber views. Actually, I'm seeing views. So I was just thinking about that. Please do chat. Whoever is watching. So I can understand. I'm asking again, but anyway, I'm gonna just teach the things. And as I said, that I'm gonna end this live streaming within 5 to 10 minutes, I guess. But before that, let me ask one of the questions here. I guess this is a very big concept, and for it, or for like just to understand it, or just to make it very in the sense to get it very thoroughly, we have to read most of the things, find out the things, and make it easy to make people understand it as well, because it will be kind of very difficult if you are gonna make it like this. And so can you first explain me what this is about? Like I don't know what I'm saying, but here I understand whatever you said: concept, skill, object. We should be able to learn these and blah 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 things. But let's say if I really know the concept or a skill or object, how do I explain it? Now, what all are the things that I should be able to know in order to explain it? So, can you please just make me understand that? So, by reading these, we are going to end this. We will keep short. It will automatically reflect here on my tab and see what answer we can get. And that's awesome. I just kept in education, and I'll always keep it in education because it's kind of something that we are learning. So that's a different thing. And please do comment whoever is watching. I'm gonna bring most of the things. That's a different thing. So here you are asking the right meta interrogation now, and I'll answer it in a way that simplifies, not six ones. You are basically asking if I really know something, object skill concepts. What exactly must I know so that I can explain it clearly to others? hmm What are the minimum things required? Let's settle this once and for all. Explaining is not about knowing more. Explaining is about knowing what to select and in what order. That is what we wanted to know. You already know a lot. You are missing a selection. Ordering system. The universal explanation rule. This applies to everything. No matter whether it's an object, a skill, or a concept. To explain anything clearly, you only need to know five things, not more. The five things you must know to explain anything. Memorize this list. What problem does this exist to solve? Means by using this, what problem we are going to solve. These answers, why should anyone care? If you can't answer these, explanation will feel empty. Okay, so first of all, let's say if we are explaining something, then we should be able to know about that something. Will what problem uh, will it solve? Something like that. If you can't answer these, explanation will feel empty. Yes, that's correct thing. Like let's say, uh, if I'm explaining something, so you will listen to me when you'll get to know that whatever I am saying or whatever I am explaining, why I am explaining that, what will happen after listening that, will it solve any problem, will it be used for something, or anyhow will it be used for me. That is why you are going to listen it. That is what it is saying, what problem it is going to solve, whatever we are explaining. So we should be able to know first that. I'm gonna like right now I'm doing live streaming, and in that live streaming I can't make most of the things very easily. But I'll try to learn it again. I'll try to do the same thing again when I'm not doing live streaming, and we'll try to make a video on it, and we'll give you so that you can watch it and you can just see how things works. Memorize this list. What problem does this exist to solve? If you can't answer this, explanation will feel empty, right? Examples: laptop, solve the problem of portable computing; driving, solve the problem of moving independently; confidence, solve the problem of acting despite uncertainty. This is what we have. So, for object, we should be able to know what problem it will solve. It's not about a problem, but it's about like problem in the sense we have created a laptop in the sense we have, I mean we didn't create it, but somehow laptop is being invented because of something, and it is just solving that problem. That is why we have it here. And if we know about laptop, and we know what kind of problem it will solve, then we will be able to explain laptop to people very easily, and people will listen it because they are here to listen something that can be used. And if we are very specific for a particular thing, then they'll listen it. Solve the problem of portable computing; driving, solve the problem of moving independently; confidence, solve the problem of acting despite uncertainty. Where it is used, where is it used? Context. This anchors the listeners. Examples: laptop, work, learning, travel; driving, telecommute; emergencies, confidence; speaking, interviews, decision making. Without context, people get lost. Ah, so we should be able to know the context as well. Now, let's say if we are explaining a concept or a laptop, and we know what problem is solved, but what is the context? If we don't know the context, like how can I explain it? Then it will be like without context people get lost. Now how does it work at a high level? This is not step by step, and this is cause of effect. How does it work at a high level? Not details. We are not going to give any details, but we would be able to give the high level overview of it. How does it work? And one simple example from real life. So this is what, I get it. One boundary, what it is not. This prevents misunderstanding. Example: desktop replacement for everything; driving, automatic perfection; confidence, arrogance. This makes your explanation feel complete. Now let's apply this to each type so it sticks. Example: object, a laptop. Using the five things: problem, context, how it works, examples, boundary. I'll try to use all of these and will make something and will try to explain to you itself on doing live streaming, and let's see if we really know the things. But I'll first learn these whatever the ChatGPT has given. Based on this, I will validate it on books from like different sources. Based on that, I'll try to make a script of it. So whatever we learned, or we'll try to do somehow, and we'll see how it works, and if literally I followed it, and will it work or not, let's see. So using the five things: problem, context, how it works, example, boundary. That's a complete explanation, no definition needed. Example: B, skill, driving. Problem: driving help you move independently. Context: daily life, emergencies, works. How it works: you observe, control, and continuously adjust. Example: that's why you slow down in traffic without thinking. Now, knowing rules is not equals to being a good driver. It's very cognitive concept, I guess, that what we are learning, and yeah, it can just make us very overwhelming. So we'll make it more often for a few days, and let's see how it affects, because I'm also getting confused whatever the ChatGPT is saying. Like my brain is not observing, not absorbing. Yes. Evidence, problem, confidence, explains. Sometimes I just go very randomly, so that is what I am trying to learn. An example: that is why you slow down in traffic without thinking. Boundary. Example: see concept, confidence. Problem: confidence explains why people act effectively in some situation and freeze in others. Okay, and context in speaking, work, sports, and a relationship. Now, how it works: confidence grows from familiarity and feedback. Okay, example: that's why you feel confident coding alone, but hesitate explaining it. Boundary: confidence is not a loudness or ego. That's it. Important realization. You don't need a deep theory to explain clearly. You need stable explanation spine. That spine is the five things. Why this removes your fear of big concepts. You said this feels like a very big concept. We have to do lot. No, you only need one problem, one context, one working model, one example, one boundary. That's all the listener can handle anyway. Yeah, the sentence that should stay in your head. If I explain the problem, context, working example, and boundary, I understand it enough to explain it. Repeat that. Final clarity, no philosophy. Knowing is equals to internal. Explaining, selecting, and ordering. Selection, the five things: order, problem, context, working, example, boundary. And that's it. Final clarity we have. So whatever I read, that was here, and I'm gonna try to find out the things. Now see, earlier, I mean, I was just coming here and giving the things. Now I do understand one thing here. There should be some concept or something that I can structuredly externalize it, or explain it to you, so that you also understand it and stick here, because no one is gonna stick no who don't explain the things in orderly, because our brain takes things in orderly. It just don't take very random at a time. So I'll try to make it, and let's see how it works. So that's all for today's live streaming, and thank you very much whoever is watching. I can see there is one person who is still watching. Thank you very much for watching, staying here, and see you tomorrow or in the evening. Let's see how it works, how I can find out the things related to our explaining. I'm really excited about it, because I'm also learning things here with you, and that's very awesome. So thank you very much again, and see you in the next video or in the next live streaming. Bye bye.